So last week I needed this to start up one more time to do the final mulching out front of the leaves, and I gave it 4 pulls. Wasn't doing anything at all. I knew it wasn't going to start. So the first thing I did was I came over here and I took off the air cleaner hose. I popped that off so I could reach the bottom of the carburetor plug in the bottom there. So I unscrewed it. There was gas coming out of it, and then I put the plug back in, of course, and I gave it a little shot of brake clean. Still wouldn't do anything at all. So I'm thinking the points are probably dirty or something like that. You should complete your tests, though. You know, make sure you have fuel. And then check the spark. I'm not even checking the spark. I'm going to pull the Magneto off. These are notorious for not getting sparked because of the points. So I'll give it 1 pull just to show you. And then we'll pop the Magneto off. The Magneto has 2 mounting bolts. 1 behind and 1 forward here. So you'll take those 2 bolts out to remove the Magneto. And then you have the spacer down here. This is the coupler. Do not loosen the bolt on that, because you don't need to do anything with the timing when you're working on the Magneto. Once you take the Magneto off. When I got the 65 and 66 Gravely, the 65 came with the Magneto. It wasn't mounted, but for some odd reason the guy took this coupler off. So I put the coupler back on after I checked out the Magneto, make sure the points were good and everything, and I adjusted the timing. So don't loosen that bolt. I may, it doesn't hurt once you put it back together. If you want to check the timing, then that's fine. I'm pretty sure the timing is good on this. So let me get set up and we'll start pulling those bolts off here. Yeah, so to save time last week without pulling the Magneto off and everything. So what I did was I pulled the plow off the 73 Gravely here, and I put the brush hog mulcher on that, and then I went out front and finished everything up. And I took the mulcher deck off, which I had to come off anyway, and put it off to the side in the storage in there, because I'm able now to fit this inside because I was keeping this on the trailer. Alright, so I'll just give it 1 pull just to show you. The gas is turned on and everything. That's nothing. And that's what it was doing last week, 4 times. And like I said, even when I sprayed some brake clean in there, still wouldn't do anything. Oh, by the way, I pulled the air cleaner off just to show you what's going on, especially with that 1 bolt I told you not to touch. I know there's some new subscribers that have these tractors, so I'm just showing you the easy way. What I do is the high-low lever, I just stick it in low gear. This way it's open here, it's not in the way. I'm using a 1/4-inch ratchet with a 1/4-inch shallow socket, which is a 9/16 socket. If you have a 9/16 ratchet wrench, that's even better. Because I noticed on my 73, I can't use this setup on one of the bolts. I guess the casting is different on those. Once you get the bolts loose, they pretty much come out pretty easy with your fingers. I don't think I ever had one where I had trouble getting the bolts out. the Magneto mount. I actually drained the gas tank out and I drained the carburetor bowl out to winterize it. And then I figured I don't have any videos really to put up right now. So I figured I would just drag this thing out and do it today. I mean, it was 28 degrees this morning, but I think right now it's in the 40s or so. So we're able to do some work on it here today. That spacer that goes in between the coupler and the magneto, it doesn't matter which way you put that back on. It ends up the same way either way. Alright, so let me just show you that it's out. Just pull the spacer out, put it off to the side here. Alright, so I'll get set up. We'll stick this in the vise and we'll pull the distributor cap off. Okay, there's 4 screws that held the distributor cap on. One important thing you want to make sure is the gasket that goes around this is in good shape. Now this gasket is stuck to the cap here, but I inspected it and it's in really good shape, so we're not going to mess with that. Alright, so what I did was I stuck some sandpaper in between the contacts, and what you're going to do is just go back and forth with 2 fingers on this side, 2 fingers on this side, and just clean the points as good as you can clean them. I already checked the gap. The gap is good, but after I get done sanding, I'll check the gap again. And you got them at 15 thousandths. There's 2 screws, mounting screws to the points here. If you have to adjust the points, you loosen the 2 screws, but you want to snug them up a little bit. So after you make the adjustment, the points will stay in that position. What I normally do is, some of these have felt that you oil to keep the cam nice and wet. What I do is, like I used to do with cars years ago in the 70s and 80s, I just put a little blob of grease on the cam and that'll be good. This way the plastic that rubs against the cam here doesn't wear out. Because if that cam starts wearing out, then the points close and then you have a problem then too. I guess that'll be it. I'm just gonna... Oh yeah, so on this cam, there's a lobe, which means one part of it sticks out farther. That's what opens the points when it comes around. So you want to make sure that lobe is at the point where it's opening the points. So you could take the feeler gauge and check it. And what I'm going to do is, most of you probably seen me do this before, but it's just the new people that came out. I'm just showing you how to do it. So you saw how I took the magneto off and I showed you what not to touch. And I think I'm just going to clean the points and put it back together and we'll see if it starts. The reason why I checked the point gap first is I want to see if maybe the problem was that the points were closed. That's the reason why I did that. So I sanded them down. I checked with the feeler gauge again, 15 thousandths, and they're at 15 thousandths. So I'm just going to put a little bit of grease on the cam here, and then I'll throw it back together. Okay, one thing I forgot to tell you, you can't just throw the magneto on any old way, because I forgot to do this before I pulled the magneto off. You want to get it to compression stroke, and then you'll hear a click, hear that click. So once you hear that click, you're on compression stroke. That means the piston's all the way up and the valves are closed. And then you'll see the mark on here. There's a mark. And make sure the mark is up here. And then you could also tell by the that bolt that I was telling you about to adjust the timing. It's over here now because we went beyond. But you want to make it, you want to make the magneto click and put it back on that way, because if you're trying to fight that spring on there, trying to put the magneto back on, the pulse spring, you'll be going out of your mind. So right now the pulse spring doesn't have any tension on it, so you can take it off, do what you have to do, the magneto, and just stick it back on that way, and just make sure that that mark is facing up. There's two marks, one on the magneto and one on the shaft here. No good. Still does nothing. I even took the spark plug out. I just shot a little gas in the spark plug hole just for the heck of it. Nothing. Doesn't want to do anything at all. So what I'm going to do is, I got these two tractors out here. I'm just putting a little charge in the battery, the plow tractors. So I'll pull a magneto off this 61L here, and I'll throw it on the other tractor just to see what's going on. Usually after you clean the points, you're done, it's fine, but not this time. I'm noticing another thing too. After we did the engine, we ran it some. This thing is blowing oil like crazy out of the oil cap here. It's all over the place. I do have another oil cap. We'll try that first in the spring or whenever, before we rip this thing down to restore it. It's gotten all over the place. It's just a big mess here. So I think the oil cap might be shot. So I put the 61 magneto on there and it works fine. So something else is wrong inside the magneto. Well, I don't know if the points are bad. Could be the condenser, could be the coil. I don't know. But all I know is I'm just going to drain the gas out of this and drain the gas out of the carburetor and put it away for the winter. You know, I mean, I'm not just a parts changer. We want to get to the bottom of what's going on with that magneto. But it's late in the season. It's cold. My hands are cold. I just wanted to see if I could just clean the points real quick. And hopefully we could have gotten it fixed that way. I'm not going to even bother trying to put the magneto from this on the other tractor, because I know something's wrong with that magneto. So I'll take the magneto back off this, put it back on the 61, and that'll be a wrap. I want to wish everybody a happy Thanksgiving, and thanks for watching. I appreciate everybody, viewers, subscribers. Thanks for joining me each week. Most of you do. Well, not most of you, but a lot of you do. And I guess that's going to be it. I don't have anything else coming up right now at the moment. I know after Thanksgiving we're getting some cold temperatures coming from Canada. It looks like we will be getting some snow this year. I have the feeling that we will be. So next video, unless something else comes up, will probably be snow plowing videos. Take care. Thanks again for watching.